How many times have you opened up conditional formatting, picked a color, clicked OK, and then repeated that process, say 30 or more times throughout your report? We're going to build a reusable formatting framework that's utilizing DAX measures so every visual in your report can share the same exact colors, icons, and formatting logic. When customers come to me while I am doing any consulting or virtual mentoring, where they come and ask for help and they need some guidance on best practices to move forward so they don't have to do as much manual work, they come to me and look for help with this exact type of process. The issue is that it's not super clear on how a lot of colors and changes work in Power BI. So what I like to do is actually utilize measures to accomplish so much. And that's what we're going to do here. So let's jump into the Power BI report that I have. This is a super simple report, as you can see that I have. This is just example data that I built just for this that shows some simple changes on products, regions, year, sales, prior year sales, and year-over-year sales. I want to start taking some of these options and formatting it in such a way dynamically that I could use throughout the entire report anywhere, no matter how many pages I have, to actually have dynamic colors, formatting, icons, etc., that I never have to manually change anything. I'm going to take this and I want to start off with my sales year-over-year. Basically, let's start off with something extremely simple. If I want to make my year-over-year sales green when I have more and red when I have less, that is a good starting point. So I could actually work traditionally without using measures. If I clicked on sales year over year, go to conditional formatting, go to font color, I could manually do like a gradient. I could also switch it to rules and be like, if it's greater than 0, then I could choose like green. Else I can make a new rule. If it's greater than or equal to negative 9999999 and less than 0, then I can make it like a red color. And that would work. And it does work. And it's fine. But the problem is if I have, 20, 30 different visuals that utilizes these colors, now I have to manually set that up with those rules for every single visual that I have to do something like this. And that's too much. I don't want to have to do all that. So I'm going to click this drop down arrow and I'm going to go to remove conditional formatting and just remove it. And let's do this more dynamically with a measure. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get a color green that I really like. So to test that, I'm just going to search for green color and I'm going to get a hex code. Green color hex. I'm going to pick out a green that I like for this. So I like this one right here. This one looks pretty good. And I'm just going to grab this hex code because it's a good green color here. So now I'm going to make a new measure and I'm going to call this measure something like color green. And I'm going to manually put in text format the hex code for this color green. Now, I'm going to take this a step further. I like to keep my stuff organized here. So this color green, I'm actually going to put it in a display folder called colors because I might have a bunch of different colors and things that I need to set up here. So I'm going to put it in a folder called colors and then that looks good. And let's do another one. All right. So let's grab one. Let's use the same website. I'm actually just going to go to red. Here's a hex code. It's actually a little bright. Maybe I don't want it so red. So let's go to maybe like a chili red. I like that. So I'm going to grab this hex code from this red. I think it looks really good. And I'm going to make a new measure in that colors folder. And I'm going to call it color red. And I just realized that I misnamed my folder a little bit. I didn't follow my own best practice. This folder name, I'm going to multi-select both of these here. And I'm actually going to put an underscore at the beginning. So my folders always appear at the top of my list because it is alphabetical. All right. So now I have both of these color red and color green in there. So now that I have that, I want to do a year-over-year color. So I need a year-over-year color measure that will be able to associate what we're actually looking at here. So if I go to new measure in my colors folder that I have, I'm going to put in sales YOY color. And then I'm going to say if sales year-over-year is greater than or equal to 0, then I want it to be color green. Else, if that's not true, then I want it to be the color red. So I have a measure that just chooses green or red based on sales year over year. Now that I have this done, I could go into my sales year over year conditional formatting. I could click the drop down for it, conditional formatting, and I could choose font color. And now instead of the format style being gradient or rules, I'm going to do it based off of a field value. And the field value I'm going to choose is my colors folder, sales year over year color, and hit OK. And now they are automatically 100% dynamic, set up to be this green and red color. And now if I wanted to change the shade of these for whatever reason, this has an example here. Let me just comment out this one. All I have to do is make a new color, like all zeros, make it black. I could do all Fs, make it white, which doesn't make a lot of sense here in a case like this. But now every single visual in my report that uses this dynamic sales year over year color now actually works perfectly with all I have to do is modify this measure itself to keep it up to date. So now that works great, but we're not done here yet. So for instance, sales year over year looks pretty good. I like it. I think this is totally fine, but I like to have a little bit more visual indicators. So what I'm actually going to do here is make a new measure for sales year over year that actually includes arrows. So what I could do now is I'm going to make a new measure. All right. This new measure is going to have the sales year over year, except it's going to be text. And I'm going to also include an up arrow or a down arrow. So I'm going to call this sales year over year, maybe call it like format or something like that. The name's inconsequential. We always update the names. So what I'm going to effectively do is I want to concatenate an arrow and maybe even add YOY text to it. Why not? Just for the sake of it. So for the arrow, what I normally do is I'll normally go back to a Google search and I'll just grab a Unicode up arrow. All right. So which one? I want to pick one out here. Let's do the Unicode up arrow. Sure. This one's fine. There's all kinds of up arrows you can use that look more like triangles. Let me actually do up triangle arrow. There we go. That's perfect. This solid black one right here. I love this. This is perfect. So I'm going to grab this up arrow. I'm going to go into Power BI and I'm just going to literally put it in as a text field. You could paste in Unicode characters here. Then I'm going to say concatenate this with sales year over year, and then concatenate this with a space YOY, because why not? Let's see how it looks. So I'm going to add this new measure in and see that this is how it looks. So it looks all right, right? So basically I'm changing it into the text format, and specifically I want the up arrow when my values go up, but it doesn't really look that great right now because I lost my dollar denomination, so on and so forth here. So I want to format this and make it look a bit better. So I'm going to use the format function on sales year over year, put a comma. I'm going to put a $, 0, comma, 0, 0, 0, or let's do a $, comma, $, 0. This is how we get it to make it look nice and neat, and just like we would typically expect it. And that looks fantastic. So also, another thing here is I have this negative value showing, but if I'm going to have a down arrow to signify that it went down, I don't actually need the negative value. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take the absolute value of sales year over year and then use that instead. And then it's going to be a down arrow for the negatives and an up arrow for the positive. So now what I could do is I could say this is, maybe I'll make a variable quickly, positive, and then I'll make another one that's for negative. And then I'm going to go back to my search and I'm going to do a down triangle arrow, and this one right here, copy this, paste it in here for the down, return, and now I could say if sales year over year is greater than or equal to 0, then do my positive variable, otherwise do my negative variable. Now that I'm using that sales Y variable formatted, I have these up arrows and down arrows. Looks fantastic. I love how this looks. It's looking great. So the last thing I need to do is maybe I want to format this in such a way that has the red and the green. But this field is now a text field. I don't have like a greater than 0 or less than 0. But the beauty of utilizing this fully dynamic way, utilizing these measures, we could reference a measure that's not even being utilized. So what I could do is I click the down arrow, I go to conditional formatting, font colors for sales year over year formatted, go to field value, and I want to base this on sales year over year. All right. That looks fantastic. Oh, not sales year over year. Sales year over year color. That's the one I want. I chose the wrong one. And hit OK. And now looked exactly the same as far as colors wise, but I don't have it shown as just as the numbers. I have arrows signifying what exactly it is. I even have year over year text on it, so it looks great. I don't even need sales year over year in my actual visual itself to display what I'm trying to do. So this is a cool combination of ways that we can use these measures to have text field to have like up arrows or whatever text you want to include on them. Like, we're doing great or we're doing bad or whatever it is. You can use this and use your creative mentality to implement these same exact types of measure changes for any type of visual. It doesn't have to be just for tables or It doesn't have to be just for cards. You could do this in bar charts. You can do this in all kinds of other things. Okay. This is a really, really cool functionality that we have available to use these measures for. And as an example, for like a bar chart, and you actually don't have this drop down for conditional formatting here. If I were to just switch this into a bar chart, let me just copy and paste it real quick to give you a quick example. I'm not going to be super in depth on this. And I did column chart, and let me take out some of these items here. Just this. All right, that looks good. And then instead of looking at it by quarter or by year, let's look at it by, let's do months. I think month is better. Looking at it by month in this case. All right. And now I can actually see if my year over year values are going to be positive or negative by using conditional formatting. So I could even say, without even having to include anything else, I could do it just from this right now to say, like, if my year over year is positive or negative for this specific month, I could just make the bar red or green regardless of what the values are. So I could actually go to format my visual. I could go to columns, color has this F of X button, and I could switch the same exact thing. I could go to field value based on if the year over year not year over year formatted, I chose the wrong one again. CO's year over year color, hit OK. And I could see for January, March, and May, my year over year sales are actually negative. Even though obviously we made money, those are actual negative values here. I could even take this a step further. I could even add something like data labels for this. I could turn data labels on. The value for my data label is currently what my current sales are for each of these months, but I could actually switch my data label. Instead of showing it for that, I can actually show my year over year sales formatted. I can actually show that here and see how I have negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. It's coincidence that they're alternating like that. And then I can even change the color of those by hitting this F of X button. I could go to field value, measures, colors, sales year over year color. And now I'm showing my, as the bar is showing the actual sum of sales I have for each of these months of this year. And I actually have a label that's showing us how much positive or negative I am compared to the previous year, all easily using these measures, right? And once again, I could go in here, and now that I have these colors implemented across multiple visuals, I'm going to show this one more time. I could change this color scheme to something else. I can make it all black font, black color as an example for my positives. So you can see it changes everywhere on the whole report. It changes absolutely everything, and it is fantastic. Great use of your time. My name is Nick from Pragmatic Works. This is one of those things that comes up all the time that people are just kind of mind blown how simple you could actually implement something like a measure to drive your reports, colors, schemes, formatting, text fields, etc. Have it fully 100% dynamic forever without having to manually touch anything. You can make new visuals very easily and just add these conditional formatting options to them, just like we did with that bar chart. It was super quick. We put the legwork in on the table, and then we just boom, 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 quickly add it to these bar charts. Super simple, super sweet, and that's the goal here. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm signing off. See you next time.